All right, let's do this one more time, at least in Kyoto Station. I'm gonna be here for the last time in a while. I'm not entirely sure how long. Maybe it could be 4 months at the quickest that I come back. Maybe it could be a year. So, not sure. And I wanted to just give my thoughts on this past almost 5 months, about 4.5 months. I spent a lot of time in Kyoto Station the first 2 months, and I would have liked to have gone back to the piano, but unfortunately, it's closed off right now. You can see that. That leads to the piano spot that I hold dear to my heart. So it's closed off. Got my 2 luggages here, so everything is a bit more difficult to manage getting around. So I'll just vlog at this spot right here, since the first time I saw this, I remember it being just awesome. And just the view is great. Maybe the noise isn't great, but the view is great. So let's just go ahead and do some talking. So the past 4.5 months have been like a dream. I think my friend that I talked to that went back to their home country after 3 months also said pretty much the exact same thing. The experience was just like a dream. Like, to me, I call it, it's cliche, but I call it an adventure of a lifetime. I want to make this adventure happen more often, but it's the first one, and I think the first one is always very, very special and stimulating. So even if I do come back here again for the long term, or a longer term, I would say long term is at least a year, maybe 6 months, but I did 4.5, so it wasn't super long, but it was long enough to make this place really, really feel like home, basically. Kyoto has that special ability, I guess, of just making you feel safe, comfortable, like calm. I went to Kyoto Tower actually last night, and let's see if I can make it more visible. But went to Kyoto Tower last night, and it just was a great experience to see from Kyoto Tower the places that I've been to. They have some pretty crazy, like, telescopic stuff. I forgot what they're called, binoculars, I guess, that allows you to basically see from a really large distance in detail. So it was very nice to see a lot of the places I've been to, and you can't really see that much actually, but it's nice to think about all of it again at the end. And that's one thing that I feel like was a huge part of this trip, is just going out a lot. That's something I don't do in California. If anything, I only go out 2 to 3 times a week on average, and it's the same stuff. In Kyoto, my journey here, it's like maybe 3 to 4 times a week I see something completely brand new. And I go to a new place, explore the places around Kyoto, Kobe, Osaka, Uji, Nara, a lot of the popular ones. And then Amano Hashidate was a very nice one. Miyajima was probably my favorite, the most beautiful. Hiroshima, it's next to Hiroshima. And went to Sendai as well, Matsushima. Saw all 3 of the Nihon Sankei, basically. Visited the majority of the temples and shrines in Kyoto City area, since Kyoto is actually huge. So gotta distinguish. Learned a lot about Kyoto. Went all over the place near the Karasuno line, the green line. And it's just been a fun experience getting to learn about a place as well as learn about myself in the place. And I think one of the biggest things that I experienced that was different here is just the people, learning how I interact with others in a brand new place, and not necessarily in a travel sense where you meet like strangers that you'll never see again. It's more so like making friends that I 100% will see again in probably their countries, or if they visit the US, then I can try my best to maybe go to the state that they're visiting. But that part of the experience has been incredible for me, getting to meet so many people and just bond with them, basically. That's one thing I feel like has really shaped this experience, as well as made me feel some slight regrets that I didn't spend more time with certain friends. I didn't have the time, I guess. I was always going out, always doing something, and oftentimes that meant that I'm doing it with certain people and not other people. And I still love the moments I shared with everyone, though, despite feeling like there wasn't enough time for everyone. And I think I learned that about myself, that is probably different for a lot of people, because I've met people that love traveling solo. I've met people that travel for the sake of the place. And there are so many nice places, so I understand. But for me, like, the memories I create with people seem to weigh the most. And it's probably something I knew about myself already, but the combination of just like an amazing place with interacting with new friends and people that I've gotten closer to, it's one of the most fun combinations I've got to experience during my journey here, my adventure. But like I said, that's definitely something I wish I had more of, just time to spend with my new friends and just people here, that are living here. Luckily, a lot of them will be staying here for a long time, so once I visit, I always have people to hit up, as long as it's around Kyoto. And also, people have moved to Tokyo as well. That's where I'm heading before I fly out. But seriously, like, I started off this trip like not really knowing exactly what I was doing. It felt scary. It felt like unknown. It felt like everything was very, very stimulating, basically. And I am leaving feeling like this place is home, feeling like I know Kyoto Station at least very, very well, and everything around the Green Line, Karasuma Line, very, very well. And it's super comfortable. I can get on a bus easily, ride the train easily, navigate to anywhere easily, use things in Japan easily, I guess. It's like a really, really comfortable place now, and it feels so normal. It's like everything that used to be so stimulating, so different, so amazing, it's normal now. And in a way, that I feel like that's not all good, but it means that a dumb analogy has come to my head. I've tasted the fruit, like an amazing, delicious thing, and I've eaten it so much to the point where it just tastes normal now, and the value of it is probably not as appreciated as much as how I appreciated it in the beginning. And I think that's inevitable with anything that you do very, very frequently, and like very frequently. So I'm ready to go back, basically. I'm ready to go back and experience my life in California as a person that has experienced what I just experienced in Japan. And I feel like I've taken away a lot of things from it. Learning about myself, learning about like what I do better here as well as what I do better in California, because I do feel like there are things in California I do a lot better with. Exercise is one, because I have access to, I guess, a gym, and also I don't really go to the gym very often, but at home I exercise a lot with calisthenics, and I run a lot because I have a park near my house. So, and then piano. I have my own piano at my house, and that makes a huge difference for me. Like, without my own piano, I used to practice a lot at Kyoto Station, but once I moved to share houses, that's closer to Kamigama I just Kamigamu Shrine. I just did not practice almost at all. So there were moments where like I played a piano in recent times and just felt so emotional because it's like I've been away from it for so long that I think I need it back, basically, to be fully myself. And that's something that I think I've been struggling with in the past month or two. Is like after moving share houses and interacting with so many people and perhaps giving myself to them too much, giving myself to people too much, I haven't really had the chance to just do my own thing and really focus on myself and take things slow and just reorganize my mind. It's been chaotic for the past month or two. And I think I really need to get back on things. And with this deadline fast approaching, me going back to America, I feel like I need to go back first before I reorganize. If I didn't have that deadline, obviously I'd do my best to reorganize, perhaps get back on making videos, all that stuff. But I think the deadline really, really affects how I interact with my time here. So lately I've just been spending all my time with friends, the people I've met, saying my last goodbyes perhaps to some. I don't want to think that way. I want to think that one day we'll meet up again, but things can be difficult. So I'm sure I've met people that I'll never see again in my life, but I'm going to try my best to make sure I do. And like I said, I just feel like I've learned the extent in which I value like my friendships and bonds. And I think that's a good thing that I learned. I feel like it makes life so fun. Like I got to experience something that was super, super fulfilling for me personally. And now I'm gonna get back on things. I'm gonna go back with that fulfillment, you know? Go back with a sense that I've done something that I'm really, really like happy about, and I'm proud of myself for making it happen. And I have no idea why I feel like crying right now, but yeah, I'm seriously gonna miss this place. I think my life in California is really, really good, and I'm grateful for everything I have there, and my family, my friends. But this was honestly very, very special. And just knowing that it's gonna be my last time here for a while. I don't know, part of me feels very emotional about that. I don't know if it's, part of it is sadness, but also it's just happiness. Being so glad that I did this, basically. Oh man, I don't know why I'm getting this emotional. Okay. Anyways, one big chapter of my life is coming to a close, and it is just a chapter. There's a lot more. I'm sure there's a lot more memories I'm going to make here, and I'm going to do my best to the future is just so unknown to me at this moment. That's why I need to go back and figure it out. But I really, really want to come back here. I really want to experience a lot of the things I've experienced here. Okay, I'm getting a hold of myself. I don't think I actually did cry, but I was very, very close to it. Okay, I think that's good enough. I have said everything I want to say at this moment that I'm feeling. And I think it's basically time to go to Tokyo and time to go back to California. I think at this point I don't really need to vlog at Tokyo. I think it makes sense for me to just end things here in Kyoto Station. Like, almost like how I started. I started off in Tokyo, but Tokyo was a very, very small part of my journey this time around. Okay, that's enough for this one. Catch you guys when I'm back in California.